G'day traders, Sam here from TradeToProspa to look at Ethereum and give you an idea on what's going on. You can look at this from many perspectives, and the history is pretty much showing some clear paths. What we had as Ethereum has dropped, we had this selling climax over here. We had our automatic response, and then we broke out this structure designated by this top resistance, and we made that as our 618. And then as you see this rising 3 bounces to the top, we hit our 1.768 as the top. So it went above the 1.618, and anyway, it created a failed swing trade at the top. So if you were keeping track of this, that would have been your exit at 0.3, and there was no bounce, and it just pretty much plummeted down through. So as the rising wedges goes, there's usually a second attempt to break that all-time high in that short time frame, and we went up to the 1.414, which is designated by this resistance layer. So the apex is there, and sure enough, that's where the resistance was. So now we had our first wave down and bounce. This is the second wave down, and we expect our third wave down. You can also look at this from another perspective as a broadening wedge, or you can look at this section as a left shoulder, right shoulder, head and right shoulder. So we have this neckline, and we break this neckline. So if it was to play this head and shoulders formation, we can do a measured move and look at that from that perspective. This dotted line is what I think, and this blue line is pretty much what's holding it up. So if we lose this level, I do think the head and shoulders will play out. And if we use a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low to swing high, that equals close to 1.618 there. So we might, it's just a bit lower than that, and liquidity will be nice. So I do expect it to drop slightly lower, and that's sure enough, it's the 1.618. We'll be watching that level for a bounce, because that is, let's see, that is a 30% drop. I did think this was the bottom because of the amount it rise, but it dropped a fair bit as well. So this short term, I think this might be a price to get into, and if it aligns with our thinking with Bitcoin and so on, then that might be another entry. But we have the danger of this though. Now we got this level as a resistance, as well as this level as a resistance. So if that breaks, so I expect another level, another bounce there, and then maybe breakthrough, because that will be like 3 touches, 4 touches. However, if we break above this level, then we need to look at it from another perspective. We've got this trend line, the neckline, so it can still go up to that point before it drops down. So I'll be looking for a number of options. If it drops down this neckline, I'll look for a rebounce or close to a rebounce. It just really depends how hard it drops, doesn't it? So there is a whole bunch of scenarios that is looking bearish based on the structure and based on measured moves. So that's what I have at the moment in regards to Ethereum. And yep, still shorting all the way, guys. I'm not accumulating any Ethereum yet. I'll leave it at that. If you like what you see, please give me a tick and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.